Poznanski was too tough, too strong. This is a gritty type of performance right now from John Poznanski.
John's story touches a lot of different people, and he has a lot of fans because of it.
You want to talk about a tough ride right now. John Poznanski is doing it.
It really is amazing what he's able to do and what he has had to overcome to get to where he is right now.
Well, he is just so impressive in every position.
He doesn't have a problem, he doesn't have a disability. It's just an issue. He's a little different than anybody else. John was born May 6, 2002. He was our first. We're so excited to have him. He was humongous. I took a lot of pictures when he was little, because that's what new parents do. And I would always see like this weird coloring in his eyes. And I was like, well, I don't understand what's wrong with these cameras. And then when he started crawling, he would like bump into the wall. September 10th, 2004. John wasn't feeling good for some reason. I took him to the doctor. She looks in his ears and flashes a light in his eye and got startled and left the room and came back in, and my regular doctor comes in and she goes, well, we have a problem here. It looks like John has a tumor. I'm like, excuse me? Next thing you know, we were in Philly at Will's Eye Hospital with Dr. Carol Shields, and she says, this is not retinoblastoma. And that's when she determined that it was Coates' disease. It's when the vessels in your retina don't develop correctly and it causes like leaking. Think of wallpaper, and wallpaper has like bubbles. This wallpaper's bubbles were pretty intense in his eye. They always said to us, worst case scenario, he'll lose his eye, but he'll never lose his life. He will have a successful life if you just keep him as normal as anybody else. So that was my goal. He lost his eye and there was no turning back. It's just part of our lives. It's normal for him.
My mom would tell me about it and everything, but I can see pictures, but I don't really remember any of it. Maybe it's best I don't remember it.
Hurry up, John. For John to play football, to play the positions he wanted to play, started to get harder as he got older because he had to depend on other people to help see for him. If he was a quarterback, he has a true blind side, and nobody protected him, he was getting knocked down bad. Come on, John! He gravitated more towards the mat sports. Watch your head! Because he can do things with his eyes closed. Because he always said, Mom, it's not about seeing it, it's about how you feel.
Yeah, good job!
He started out doing Taekwondo because I didn't want anybody picking on him.
When I started wrestling, I knew that was for me. I love the sport, love the process of it. Sometimes when I'm wrestling, I'll close my eyes and I'll just feel my way through things.
Be strong, come on!
We have a friendship with Coach Donnie Pritzloff. Our girls dance in the same dance school.
He started coming to the club all the time. When he was really young, Angela had him wearing goggles when he was wrestling for protection, and she was nervous.
We would go to tournaments and these referees wouldn't let him wrestle with the eyewear. You would have to go and find the rule where it actually said what kind of eyewear they could wear. And it was told to them, listen, he wears these because this is what he has, and if you want his eye to come out and you need to pick it up off the mat and you want to scare the whole place, let me know, and that's fine.
Hit it, John, hit it! Two, he's in, he's in!
In New Jersey, if you're top 3, you're a state champ, you're legit in the whole country.
I'll pin the kid.
He was 3rd in the state as a sophomore.
Senior year, John was 40-0, never gave up an offensive point. He went to be the #1 wrestler in New Jersey.
John, he was what we identify as a 5%er, a blue chip recruit. We recruited him that way.
At the beginning of his senior year in high school, John was having an interview with our local news writer. They were just going to interview him because he was one of the top wrestlers in the state.
We were in the lobby of my high school after practice one night, and the reporter asked me if I was comfortable, telling my story a little bit. I really didn't discuss it with my mom or dad or anyone really. I kind of just went out there and I told the guy my story. I called my mom, I told her, she goes, "You did what? Why'd you do that?"
In the back of my mind, maybe because I'm a little bit of a protector, that now it's like, well, now it's out there, people are going to intentionally hurt him. But it's not my story, it's his story, and it was his choice to tell everybody and to put it out there. He could handle himself either way, but I'm still always going to think of him as that little boy that I protected all those years. When it came time for recruiting, one of the questions I asked Goodell was, "Are you okay with John's, issue?" He thought it was the greatest question, and he's like, "No, absolutely, we think he's awesome."
My first year here on campus. Between my family and coaches here, we were probably going to redshirt, but when we found out we got that extra year back and everything, we were like, oh, let's just wrestle.
From a wrestling standpoint, because obviously he was in a lot of close matches through the Big Ten tournament, through the national tournament, his poise, being able to handle pressure, that just shows who John is.
He showed such great poise that I felt like it didn't matter who he was wrestling, he was gonna find a way to win.
John's fourth place finish at the national tournament was the highest finish ever for a true freshman from Rutgers.
After I won my quarterfinal match at the NCAAs, I went over and I flexed and I hugged Donnie, Coach Pritzloff, and that was a really great moment for me, and I'll always remember that for the rest of my life. I really did believe that I could win the national title last year. So it was a really big heartbreak when I lost in the semis. But I really, truly do believe that I will win a national title before I finish my career at Rutgers. People ask me all the time, they're like, "How do you wrestle with one eye?" I'm like, I don't know, I just do it, it's me. Everyone really knows he's a kid with one eye who wrestles, but I don't want to be really known as that guy.
That same article that they wrote about John was all over the state of New Jersey, and this woman read this article and was like, wow, this boy, my son, Chase, has the same eye condition that John had.
I read the email and I just took a step back and was just like, wow.
Within 2 weeks, we managed to have them come to one of our matches, and we all got to meet. They text each other all the time, and, "Hey Chase, have a good time at your match," because Chase wrestles too now. John really embraced Chase and everything Chase goes through, and it's really great.
At first, John was shy about it, and he thought it maybe was too much of a weakness. But now I think he's overcome that fear, and he realizes, like, this makes me special.
I think I was put here to wrestle for sure, but I was definitely put here for more than just wrestling. I think I was put here to be an inspiration.